What up, YouTube? Welcome again to Rewrite Narrative, where it's okay to be curious. Please go ahead and click that like, share, and subscription button. Today, let's talk about the forgotten gender. There are a few women who spoke on this topic, and I'm just going to do a reaction to it. Let's see what happens here.
Talk about today is usually considered illogical. A lot of people feel offended when I talk about it. It is usually politically incorrect, especially in the atmosphere environment that we are right now, where everybody is really concerned about crime against women. But I would still talk about it because it's much needed, especially if we all believe that justice is the right of every individual, regardless of their gender. I'm going to be talking about men today. I'm going to be talking about men who are victimized. I'm going to be talking about men who are being abused, systematically abused by laws that have been made for protection of women, but are in turn coming out to be as a tool of injustice to men. And
there are laws that is being used to protect women, rightfully so. But these shields are becoming a sword. So it shields women and attack men. In an ecosystem that depends on men and women to flourish, where one half of every gender is man and the other half is woman, male, female. We cannot protect just one gender and not the other. We need balance.
Women, and I'm going to be talking about men who absolutely are nowhere in the conversations when we talk about gender. To be very honest, I never thought men would have any issues, men would have any concern. I'm a woman, why should I care about men? So I always had that attitude that most of us usually have. Until 3 years ago, when I was standing in the court along with a family member of mine, a very close relative of mine, and he was going through divorce. The woman had an extramarital affair, and when the family figured out, there were discussions on what to do next. Well, the guy gave both the options to the girl. She could move on because it's her right to live what she wants to do, and he also gave her the option that he's ready to forget everything and then move on with life. But the girl was hell-bent on breaking the marriage. Now, everything was fine until here, and after this, all hell broke loose. Now, while she was the one who was actually the wrongdoer in the marriage, she accused the family of dowry and domestic violence. And I remember this afternoon when I was standing in the court with this woman and her sister was telling this woman basically, you have all the laws by your side, so, you should really be happy about it. And I, as a woman, was confused that day. Just because I'm a woman, does it give me all the right or power to ruin a family and a man? Well, even till that point, I did not act. I thought about it and I was extremely disturbed about it, but I did not react or act until I saw this video online.
All right, there you have it. You see, it's very important to note that women don't understand men issues, and women often don't even know that men have problems, because we're seen as superheroes. We're seen as, even when people don't have belief in God or a higher being or a higher power, they have belief in men, the masculine man. They have belief in man. And you'll find that men are also told or taught that women have problems. Women need to be cherished, women need to be protected. But women are not taught that men need to be cherished and protected, and even need to be treated with some form of tenderness from time to time, just so that they remember that they are people. They are one half of a person. Every man, every woman was created from a mother and a father. Without both, it's impossible. This woman also found that it was more beneficial for her to destroy a family, leaving maybe children with confusion. But it is financially viable for her to destroy a family. The man could figure it out for himself. He's a man. Men have no problems. And again, you see, it took a family member close to this person who is a lawyer to recognize that men are in problems. Men have problems, and men are literally being treated as aggressors even when they are not. They are creating rules and laws to protect women and using the same rules and laws as a sword to to attack men.
Ahmed Makhdoom committed suicide in 2009. He was accused of a dowry case, and this is what he left as an evidence of the humiliation and the harassment that he had gone through. Makhdoom is not the only one who is being harassed because of gender biased. You know, we think of marriage as a very beautiful bond. We think of marriage as a lifelong bond. We don't think about divorce, but divorce is reality. Divorce rates are touching something between 30 to 40%. Marriages are falling apart, and when a marriage falls apart, it's the man and his family who are really at the wrong side. On your left is a story of a man and his family. He was being tormented, he was being abused, he was being humiliated for the mere fact that he was not able to earn as much as his wife wanted him to. And though he had already cut off all his ties from his parents, whenever he visited his or took care of his ailing mother, his wife used to create a big ruckus in the family. Being abused, he went to the police station and told the cops, "Can you please keep me in the lockup because I cannot live at my home?" The cops told him that they have absolutely nothing for him. They have no law for his protection and they can't do anything, and he must go back home because they can't really do something for him. So this man eventually, after taking all the humiliation, filed for divorce. That's apparently the only option available for a man if he is in an abusive relationship. You can file a divorce on grounds of cruelty. That's what he did. And as soon as his wife received the summons 2 days after, she went in front of his house and created a big mess over there and made sure that his entire family, even though they were not staying with them, were dragged to the police station. He hung himself the same night.
There you have it. Men are literally burden bearers, you know, and women are entitled. And this is not true for all women, but you'll find that, as she stated, marriage is sometimes seen as a beautiful thing, and when done right, it is actually a beautiful thing because it keeps a family together, it creates bonds, it creates protection for not just the woman or just the man, but for the children, and it keeps finances in one location. It allows people to partner together and create wealth. And it might seem underrated, but that's the real reason for marriage: creating generational wealth by doing it right. However, there's so many incentives for a dissolution of marriage, and all the incentives are being given to women, and now women are also being enticed with the idea of the newest best thing. Therefore, no consequences to dissolving a marriage. Kids are left in shambles, and the woman walk away with a payday. She might dissolve a marriage and just stay single, but she actually won, because sometimes it's a matter of winning or losing.